Hello friends, welcome back to Hyper4Games. My name is Joseph and today on PlayStation News, The Last of Us Day announcements, Microsoft CEO calls out Sony, a Silent Hill game rated in Korea, Plague Tale sequel doubles down on DualSense, and more. Let's get into them. The Last of Us Day announcement recap. Celebrating The Last of Us Day, Naughty Dog shared some new content for fans, including new GIFs on their Giphy profile, new wallpapers, and community photos. The big surprise was a teaser trailer for the HBO TV series as hinted by producer Craig Mazin and Neil Druckmann over on Twitter this past weekend. The almost 2-minute trailer shows familiar locations and events from the game, as well as new ones since the game is remixing the main story with some additional storylines. In case you missed it, check that and the Naughty Dog blog post on the description below. Let's go with more on Dr. Ockman as Neil Druckmann returned to Monkey Island cameo. The director for The Last of Us had one of his life goals come true as he makes a cameo in the recently released Return to Monkey Island, voicing one of the NPCs. Neil Druckmann is a huge fan of Return to Monkey Island, as you may remember the protagonist from Ron Gilbert's game was in Uncharted 4, another Druckmann-directed game. He once shared a clip from a Ron Gilbert presentation where he talked about the polarizing ending to Monkey Island 2 and how perfect craft is something that challenges your audience, making them feel uncomfortable, a story that certainly applies to Druckmann's most recent The Last of Us Part 2. Return to Monkey Island had great reviews and is now out for Nintendo Switch and PC. We should probably get it on PlayStation platforms at some point. Spider-Man Miles Morales gets a PC teaser. We're still waiting to learn more on Sony's PC launch schedule around rumored games like Ghost of Tsushima or leaked ones such as Returnal and Sackboy: A Big Adventure. Besides Uncharted Legacy of Thieves on October 19 and The Last of Us at an unspecified time, the one we are certain is coming up next is Spider-Man Miles Morales, and a new trailer teases its fall release. They don't provide any features, but we can likely expect the same as the previous Spider-Man release in August. Considering Sony's schedule for the rest of the year with Uncharted PC launch in mid-October and God of War Ragnarok in early November, we can likely expect Miles Morales in late November or early December, which would be extraordinary given the holiday theme. Will you play through Miles Morales for the first time on PC or revisit it again? Flip your thoughts in the comments below. Suckerpunch celebrates Sly Cooper's 20th anniversary. Suckerpunch celebrated the anniversary of their mascot platformer stealth game this past Friday. After 20 years, the series has seen 4 main games, 1 collection, and 1 spin-off. While we are not getting a sequel anytime soon as the studio announced back in July, Sony has allowed the collection, Thieves in Time, and Bentley's Hackback to be back on their streaming service after taking it away when PlayStation Now ended in favor of PlayStation Plus. Suckerpunch blog post traveled back in time, sharing stories from the team that helped build the series and some new art and memorabilia you can buy. Check the link in the description for more information. Microsoft CEO calls out Sony on the Activision deal. The drama between Microsoft, Activision, and Sony continues, and this time Microsoft CEO is jabbing back at Sony's previous statements. Satya Nadella is convinced they will eventually get the green light from regulators to acquire Activision, despite facing new investigations in the UK, for example. That optimism isn't matched by investors, as the Call of Duty maker stocks are under 75 as of writing, around 20% below the offer price. Nadella said Microsoft is focused on providing value to customers, ensuring they are able to do more with less during inflation times. He added that Microsoft is placed number 4th or 5th in the gaming industry space, and number 1 Sony has made previous acquisitions in the past, and I quote, "So if this is about competition, let us have competition." While this is true, Sony's biggest acquisition in the gaming space was Bungie for $3.7 billion this past July, a studio that doesn't own as many big and successful IPs as Activision. Plus, Bungie requested their independence to keep making games on whichever platform they want. This whole thing is getting very tiring to see unfold, but we'll see where it goes over the coming weeks. Speaking of Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2.0 may go easy on your console's drive. Modern Warfare 2 is ending its last beta weekend in preparation for its full release next month, and Infinity Ward has shared details as to what players can expect in regard to the downloads for both Modern Warfare and Warzone. While we don't have a file size yet, co-design director Joseph Cott said the games will be separate downloads and you can set that installation yourself, but both games are being integrated seamlessly again so that you won't have to quit the game switching between the multiplayer modes for either. Multiplayer design director Geoff Smith commented they have been hard at work on the game system since the previous Modern Warfare, and they are aware the storage and menus have been a hot topic, but hope it's better now. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 assaults your disk drives on October 28th on PS4 and PS5, while Warzone will do so on November 16. Have you played the beta? What are your thoughts? Share them in the comments. The Grand Theft Auto hacker has been arrested. Last week we saw a massive leak from Rockstar in regards to Grand Theft Auto 6, one the developer said wouldn't represent any disruption to their live service games or any ongoing development. Uber, who was part of a hack perpetrated by the same person, and Rockstar were cooperating with the FBI and the US Department of Justice in the investigation. According to journalist Matthew Keys, a collaboration between the FBI and UK's National Cybercrime Unit resulted in the arrest of a 17-year-old in Oxfordshire on suspicion of hacking this past Friday, September 23rd. The minor was charged earlier this year with hacking Microsoft and Nvidia, and his case was pending in court. Now he's being charged with violating his bail and Britain's computer misuse law. Plus, the authorities continue on the case as 2 more people are suspects of being involved in the hack. Grand Theft Auto 6 is in development, and while Rockstar was disappointed the game was shared this way, they will continue to update about it when it's ready. Silent Hill: The Short Message has been rated in Korea. There are more rumors about the Silent Hill revival from Konami, as a game titled Silent Hill: The Short Message has been rated on the Korean rating board for home consoles but didn't specify which platforms. As was the case with God of War Ragnarok and other games in the past, the Korean system requires games to be almost complete, and they generally see a release 3 to 6 months after that. According to Dust Golem on Twitter, the game or demo is likely tied to Project Sakura, which he leaked photos back in May and referenced to the use of SMS, and a reveal could likely be happening in October. That SMS gameplay mechanic seems to have roots in the original Kojima's Silent Hill idea, where AI characters would message you in real time. Furthermore, Christopher Gans will start filming the Return to Silent Hill movie in 2023, so it seems we're getting close to a reveal on Konami's future plans for the franchise. What are your hopes for a Silent Hill revival? Share with us in the comments. A Plague Tale sequel doubling down on DualSense features. Asobo Studios' upcoming sequel to A Plague Tale is coming up on October 18, and the developer has talked about what can we expect in terms of PS5 features. Lead-level designer Kevin Pinson spoke to Play Magazine on how this generation allows them to do more things with light, since it's their main gameplay mechanic. They are doubling down on DualSense features to ensure you really feel that dreadful sensation of being swarmed by rats between your fingers. He added that the game's design is also about the soundscapes and physicality of the environment, and they try to transcribe that to haptic feedback. In terms of length, it seems the game will take about 15 to 18 hours without any padding, making it a little bit longer than the original. They didn't focus on length during development, as their publisher Focus Entertainment encouraged them to do the length for the story they wanted to tell. Are you looking forward to this game? Let us know in the comments. Gotham Knights requires multiple playthroughs. Another game launching in October is Gotham Knights, and probably will take you a lot of time to grasp the whole story and will require multiple playthroughs. Game director Geoff Eleanor talked with Play Magazine and said there's just so much content that's unique to the hero's perception of what's going on and what happened. Wilson Movie Cinematics director expanded on this, saying they have similar scenes structurally that fall in the flow for each character, but they have their own version of that. So it seems that while the overall narrative will be the same, there are additional details if you play behind the eyes of each of the Bat family members. The Callisto Protocol teasing something for this week. If you can wait till December 2nd to see more The Callisto Protocol, you are in luck, as the game's Twitter account is hinting at something for this week. Last Sunday they posted an image promo with a phone number in the caption. User Shinobi602 texted this number and got a reply back with a teaser. The video shows what seems an organization called Arcas trying to expose some conspiracy, which we'll learn more about on September 29. A round of quickfire game news. Oxenfree Lost Signals has been delayed to 2023, as developer Night School Studios have shared on Twitter. They said it's to make the game truly special and add more localizations. A new Gran Turismo 7 update is arriving on September 29, as shared by series creator Kazunori Yamauchi. It will add 3 new cars and likely also include new tracks and improvements, hopefully the car selling option fans have been waiting for since March. Another game getting an update is Assassin's Creed Valhalla on September 27, adding the second half to the Tombs of the Fallen story. It also adds a new feature called Runeforge and a free limited time event. Valhalla is also set to receive the last chapter DLC later this year, as detailed in the Ubisoft Forward event. Kena Breach of Spirits is getting an anniversary update this September 27th as well, It includes a new Game Plus mode, new charmstones, new trials, accessibility features, and new outfits which they shared a sneak peek on the PlayStation blog. EA Games and Koei Tecmo will be revealing a new game on Wednesday. It's called Wild Hearts and is an adventure game set in a fantasy world inspired by feudal Japan. It was teased a couple of weeks ago around TGS. And those are our PlayStation stories for today. How do you feel about The Last of Us HBO series after watching the trailer? Do you believe we'll learn more about the Silent Hill revival in October? Share your thoughts on any of the news below, let me know your feedback by liking or disliking this video, check out other videos you may enjoy while you're here, and consider subscribing for more on PlayStation. Thank you so much for watching, my name is Joseph, this is Hype for Games, and let's get hype!